Alright, this is the first quest that is technically a samurai quest, but I'm not samurai yet. But it's the level 50 samurai quest. And I believe all the research I've said, if it's still true, says that samurai starts at 50. It's not one of those jobs you get at 50 and then it starts you at 30. I think machinists didn't do that. I think there are some that do that, but I can't remember what they are. I may be wrong. Didn't Dark Knight drop? No, Dark Knight started 50, I think. Anyway, the Way of the Samurai, given to us by an Uldan citizen. That's just it, just an Uldan citizen, nearish enough to the Aetheryte Plaza in Ulda. Here we go. Dolls balls, just when you think you've seen it all. The world's full of surprises. What am I talking about, you ask? Oh, nothing much. Just the most amazing blade work I've ever seen. It wasn't even the main card either, but light entertainment. A Far Eastern fellow, old enough to be my grandfather, appeared and called for challengers. But who should answer him but a brute of a gladiator? People thought it was either mummery or a sick joke. After all, what could one expect from such a mismatch? The old and infirm versus the young and inform? But when the action began, the old man proceeded to drop everyone's jaws, his opponents not least of all, with his blistering blade work. Excuse me. The most riveting moment, though, was when he had the challenger on the back foot, for instead of finishing the job, he went and sheathed his blade. Putting your steel away in the heat of battle, well, that's akin to committing suicide. This wasn't lost on the gladiator, who lunged in with a mighty swing. The spectators gasped collectively, thinking it was over, and it was, but not for the old man. For the next instant, before anyone could comprehend what had happened, his opponent was crumpled on the ground. In one fell stroke and with impossible speed, the old man had drawn his sword and dealt the telling blow. A few heartbeats passed in stunned silence. Then the stands erupted in riotous cheering. Gods, just recounting it gives me the chills. The speed, the precision, the elegance, simply sublime. How's it possible I had never heard of these Far Eastern warriors? These samurai? Wait, are you thinking what I think you're thinking? And you want to face the old man? Well, that silver-tongued showmaster was looking for a new challenger, but you don't want to do this. Let someone else be the fool. Okay, Gladiators Guild. For that, we'll teleport. Ow. The silver-tongued showmaster. To continue, a Lalafell gentleman. Come one, come all, and marvel at a mystery of the Far East. A swordsman hailing from exotic Hingashi, whose blade work is quicker than the eye can see. Don't let his age fool ya. Old though he may be, he's already made short work of one of Ulda's meanest gladiators, and he now seeks a new challenger. If you can best him, you'll be rewarded with a rare Hingan treasure. There's just one condition. You must fight with the same blade as the old man's. If you think you have what it takes, proceed to the Gladiators Guild and make yourself known to the Far Eastern Elder. Okay. Inside the Gladiators Guild. Kind of have to go around the back here. Like the little basement kind of area. A Far Eastern Elder sits. Well, kneels, I believe. So in the fashion that you will see in a lot of Asian movies and films, and those are the same thing, movies and shows, they will like sit on their heels, that kind of kneeling. And he's got darkish blue robes, but not like super dark. Gray hair, he is an elder. We'll talk to him to complete this quest. A little cutscene. He's human. This aura, unusual, yet undoubtedly, there we go, sorry. I was like, that doesn't sound right. This aura, unusual, yet undoubtedly formidable. Dare I hope a worthy challenger has come? He stands. Well met, friend. I am Musosai. Marry you Sam AI, Musosai, a samurai of Hingashi. Lest you wonder, samurai are swordsmen of the Far East. Yet know that the swords we wield are unlike those of this land. Katana, they are called, and for our duel I shall lend you such a blade, along with a stone, a talisman of sorts. Wear them on your person, and you shall become one of us, at least in appearance, if not in sooth. He hands me the things he theoretically just told me. 23,400 experience points, which my monk should be getting. That's awesome. 517 gil, Soul of the Samurai Soul Crystal, a level 50, item level 115, Mithrite Uchigatana, a samurai weapon, and Nameless Armor Coffer, item level 115 for the samurai gear you get for starting samurai. Samurai unlocked. Okay. We're gonna do a thing. I'm so happy that they turned the jog, like they made jog a thing. Without being able to mount in towns, which I think is stupid. I don't see any reason you can't. In WoW you can. I don't think you could in Final Fantasy XI, but it's fine. We're gonna do some things and some stuff here. Go to the inn. I'm also gonna grab a weapon. Do I have enough for it? I don't have enough for it. Oh, dang. Oh, we'll figure it out. I'll do it later. It's only 15 more item levels. I'm not really that worried about it, actually. But, yeah. So. We're gonna you pop the weapon on first. It auto pops the soul crystal. Sen gauge. The Sen gauge displays which of the 3 Sen effects, Setsu, top, Getsu, left, and Ka, right, are currently accumulated. Sen is required to perform Iajutsu. That's I-A-I-J-U, Tom, Sam, U. The number of Sen accumulated determining which weapon skill will be executed. 1 for Higanbana, 2 for Tenka Goken, and 3 for Midare Setsugeka. Alright. I don't need that. Oops. Don't need that. Feint I was putting over here. Ugh, I wish I could just kind of clear. So, Hakaze is level 1. Okay, so that's the first thing. Jinpu will be after Hakaze. Grants Fugetsu, which is your 10% damage bonus for 40 seconds. Third Eye is a damage reduction. It's not normal to get those really as a DPS, so where I'm going to put that eventually is going to be, I'm not sure yet. Second Wind there, Bloodbath there. It's kind of what I've been doing for Monk. Stun I have on my mouse, so that's good. True North, I'll figure that out eventually. I don't really use it as much as I probably should. Maiko Shisui, you get it at level 50, so like right now. Is a 55-second recast. You get to use 3 weapon skill combos without meeting the combo prerequisites. So like you don't have to have these 3 things lit up. That's our damage cooldown, our big damage cooldown. Fuga looks like it is our first AoE, so that's gonna be my A1 Alt 1. Iajutsu. Iajutsu. Okay. Is what we said earlier about the gauges, like having these filled up. It'll perform one of those 3 weapon skills depending on how many I have filled up. NP is range, so that's my middle mouse button. That's AoE after Fuga. Okay. This is also kind of a damage reduction, but I kind of put it there. I guess arm's length does count as a damage reduction, but so it goes Fuga, Oka, Oka gives you Fuka, which reduces weapon skill cast time and recast time, spell cast time and recast time, and okay, wow, gives you all of that for 40 seconds. So, in theory, you would want to do, even on single target, you'd want to do at least, you want to keep both buffs up, I think. So you want to have at least one Fuga Oka, and then one Hakaze Jinpu, and then probably continue with your single target damage for that. And then, wait, no. Okay, Fuga can also lead to the damage buff. Okay. I'm actually kind of assuming, yeah, hold on. Shifu. I haven't found Shifu yet, but Kasha happens after Shifu. Here's Shifu. After Hakaze. So it goes Hakaze, wait. So it goes Hakaze, and then you can either do Jinpu for the buff. Oh, they're both the buff. Okay, so that's how you do the single target. So Jinpu gives the damage buff, and Shifu gives the recast time and auto attack stuff lowered. Cool. Kasha is after Shifu, and I'm assuming I'm gonna have one that is another one that could go after Hakaze. Really? Hold on. So you can go Hakaze damage buff, Hakaze speed buff, basically, and then Hakaze Yukikaze, which is your most damage, grants Setsu combo bonus. And is Setsu what you use? This grants Ka. Oh, those are these things. Yeah. Setsu and Ka. Oh boy. Okay. I think. Wait. Oh, I know X. Oh yeah. This is Gecko. Okay. So, Jinpu. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. So yeah, Hakaze sets up Jinpu, Shifu, and Yukikaze. Yukikaze being the one that gives you the most damage, but Shifu and Jinpu give you the buffs. Yukikaze also gives you Setsu, which is one of these three thingy-mahoozits. After Yukikaze, after Shifu, so you can go Hakaze, Shifu, Kasha to give you Ka. And you can go Hakaze, Jinpu, Gecko to give you Getsu. And then Hakaze. Okay, that's the way you do it. You get buffs and then finisher. Buff, finisher. And then just Hakaze, Yukikaze. Probably a couple times in a row before you have to get your buffs back up. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know how much time it takes in total, but cool. And then for AoE, you're just doing Fuga, Mangetsu, and then Fuga, Oka. Those both do the same amount of damage, so like it doesn't really matter. You're just keeping buffs up really at that point. As far as I think I have the best gear on because I didn't buy a weapon, so I just have the 115 I was given. So we'll save this out. Nope, we're gonna save it. Add new samurai. I wish there was a way to do this better, but I do want to put it here at least. I think. Anybody leveling up like next to each other really just the whole time? So I'm just gonna. I'll figure shit out later. Like I barely ever jump on white mage anymore. I go sage if I want to do healing for low level stuff because it's more fun. Okay, I'm trying to speed this up a little bit. The only set I don't want to move is Scholar, because it has a macro that needs the set to stay the same. But I could have just reassigned the number, but whatever. Cool. Wow, somebody demolished their room and left the free company. That's interesting. Maybe not. Okay, and then actually, yeah, sorry, what else we're going to do? We're going to open this gear. You can see what that looks like. And maybe I'll keep... Oh, maybe I'll... Well, I can't use it as a glamour because it's too... It's specific to... Yeah. But whatever, here we go. So the headpiece is a circlet with some spikes. The nameless togi is basically a black dress. You can barely see the gloves. They don't have any fingers. They're nameless Teko. I'm assuming there's a skirt underneath right now. Yeah, long gray skirt underneath that's hidden entirely by the dress, basically. And kind of grayish boots with black at the top, like near the knee, and black near the toes. So yeah, that's how it all looks together. I can move the camera down, but I don't remember. It's like Control Numpad 2 or something like that, or whatever. You get the gist of it. All right, we just hit the samurai button to go back to where I had it. Just gonna keep the same monk thingy. I do have the level 70 and I think 60 samurai weapons, but we're not there yet. Oh, didn't I get a new... Am I supposed to get rid of a monk weapon, or already... I don't even know why I have some of these, but I don't... I'm keeping them until it gets too full, and then I'll figure out which ones I need to get rid of. But what I want to do, pull these out. I think they'd probably go in the glamour dresser, or the armor, sorry. I like this for the monk look. I'm not as much a fan of it for the Sam look, but I'm not about to go trying to find one that works for both, and I'm not, whatever. Really? This doesn't go in the armor? Alright, fine. I don't think there's any real reason for me to have it. I actually have experienced, like the Ruby Cotton Coty. I put in my glamour dresser specifically just for glamour because it looked cool. And then I figured out that once I hit level 63 for the crafters that I currently have, it's actually useful. I pulled it out. Actually, I pulled out all the level 61 gear. It was all in NQ, and I used it to make NQ versions of that gear. You don't actually use the gear, like you don't use the gear in HQ. Sorry, HQ. But you... Gladiators Guild, right? No, where is he? Oh, yeah, Gladiators Guild. Okay. But I used the stats from it to be able to much more easily make the gear. And it's not that the gear itself is hard to make, it is the materials. Yeah. They require knowing what you're doing. A little less so if I use food, which I actually did for a good amount of it. Well, only once, actually. I still have the 2 other versions of the food. But just giving myself CP and control. I don't get this much because I'm not... My item level doesn't match the food's item level, but I get enough, you know. It was enough to not make me nervous at all. But here's Musosai for the quest that's follow-up, also level 50, called Master Musosai. Okay, here we go. Ah, yes. In your gaze I see the stirrings of a newborn samurai. 'Tis plain the stone has already bequeathed some of its memories unto you. Yet having the memories is one thing, mastering them quite another. We shall see how well you fare against me. Prepare yourself, young samurai. We begin as soon as you're ready. Okay. You are ready then? Good, good. Let us take to the arena. I think I want the speed buff first. So I'll do 1-3. This actually might be... We're in the arena, a stadium of sorts. The silver-tongued showmaster says, "Gather ye round and bear witness, for another brave challenger has appeared. Next to face the Musosai, swordmaster of the Far East, we have an itinerant adventurer." The gate opens up into the ceiling for me. Like the gate that Luke killed, or used to kill the Bantha, I think? No. Was it Bantha? What is this, Bantha? And the other gate across the stadium opens from Master Musosai. We face off. He could be in his 60s. We have a voice that says, "Hold it right there." I don't know whose it is yet. "No one gets to take down that old bastard except me. Beroald, the last standing, scourge of the sands." And in comes a gladiator? The one that Musosai... "You made a fool of me earlier, but this time there'll be no tricks. This time I fight with my own sword, not that pathetic excuse for a needle you handed me." He's in this, like, monk position, kind of. "What's this? Bone-headed Beroald. So Bravo, E-R-O-A-L-D. Berold. I'm going to say Berold. I'm going to ignore the A. Berold, who was so roundly trounced but moments ago, has invaded the Blood Sands," says the showmaster. The crowd is partially laughing, partially confused. "For those who came in late, he's the disgraced gladiator who was cast out of the Coliseum for, and I paraphrase, being an all-around odious brute. The rules were plain, and you agreed to them. There were no tricks." He has his sword pointed at him. "Shut your mouth and fight me again." Such eagerness for blood. The warriors of this land are as naked blades. He does one slice, like a spin around slice, and has cut Berold's sword blade in half. Berold looks at it. He's very panicked now. Master Musosai kind of just looks at him side-eyed a bit. I'll get you next time." And he runs. And with that distraction out of the way, we may continue where we left off. I nod. Get my sword in two hands. He gets his sword up by his right side and kind of twists to get a better grip position, whatever. It begins! How will this challenger fare against the enigmatic elder? Now then, let us see how well you wield the katana. I'm gonna get my buffs and then do a Muki sword. Actually, no. Get my buffs, do the weapon skill thingy. I don't know what to do. Shit. I think I do those, yeah. So those three give me the buffs. That's how you do it. Okay. He's going down-ish. So your buffs are kind of gonna stay active because you want to keep regenerating these. Am I dead? There's something wrong. There's something wrong. Got him down to 60. Oh shit. I haven't really lost any health. Oh, and I got him down to 50. That will do. Victory is yours, young one. And the challenger wins! He was saying stuff during that. He hit me a little bit here and there, but he didn't really do anything to me. I think on purpose, obviously. We have a cutscene. Standing off with our swords. He sheathes his. Katana, sorry. To draw forth such strength from the stone in so short a time, you are no ordinary woman. As promised, I shall bestow upon you the rarest of Hingan treasures, training in the way of the samurai. I cock my head at him. What is the matter? Our techniques are not found in this land, hence their great worth. As my pupil, you would train under my watchful eye and learn even the most puissant of my techniques. Why, you lying bastard, says a voice that's familiar, but I don't... Oh, it's barreled with a dude with a great axe, a dude with a bow, and another dude with a great axe, it looks like. All that fighting and there wasn't even any coin in it. What's this? Bone-headed Barreled is back, and this time he's brought friends. This man doesn't know when to give up, says the showmaster or whatever. You got a problem? Come down here and say it. At no point was it said that the treasure is an object, let alone coin. Besides, winning it was well beyond you, says Musosai. Shut the hells up. This time I'll show you my true strength. Your strength lies in numbers, 'twould seem. Very well, if you insist on another trouncing, then so be it. But know that this time 'tis not I who will deal it, but my pupil. Having seen your potential firsthand, he and his ilk ought not pose you any trouble. I'm shocked. Like, what? But I whip out my katana. Whoever she is, take care of her too. Oh dear, this isn't in the script. The duel has become a free-for-all. And it's a challenger against all. I can't move. Bloody hopeless, the lot of you. Let's see how your puny sword fares against an axe or two. Oops, I didn't do the thing. Hold on. Gods damn it. Bah, if you want something done right. No one beats me in my Coliseum. No one! I think I need this one. No, did I do that? I remember. I did this one already. We've got a circular AoE to dodge. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do our weapon skill. Use our Maiko. Fuck you. He has a knockback. It interrupted what I was doing. We got our Maiko back, or Mikari. Baby, you should let me love you, love you, love you. Oh, oh, oh. He's down. So, sod this. I'm gonna make you hurt, old man, if it's the last thing I do. Yarr! He goes Russian Musosai. Hits him a couple times. Just kind of stabbing at him. Doing his AoE. Defend, defeat. I can't defeat. Oh. You are done. Then allow me. And like, there's an explosion around him. Not even worth drawing my blade. Well fought, young one. I have seen all I need to see. And the winner is the challenger. What fearsome fighters, these samurai. Let's give her a rousing applause. I like Monk better. Oh, directionals. Hold on. Gecko. So 1, 2, 6. Should I move? Wait. Should I move that around? So 1, 2, 5 for Hakaze Jinpu Gecko. Is better from the rear. Gecko is. And then Kasha, so 1, 3, 6. Kasha's better from the flank. And Yukikaze has no directional. I don't know if there's a reason you would want to do... I didn't even look. Yeah, I don't know if there's a reason you'd want to do 2 of these lit up instead of 3, or 1 instead of 2, or like whatever, but yeah. Isn't there a way to look that up? Isn't it like the bottom down here? Oh, one of those is a damage over time. For 60 seconds. A 45 potency for 60 seconds. Interesting. Tenkagoken. So you'd want to use Higanbana at least once every minute on a boss, I would think. Yeah, definitely on a boss, not on a freaking riffraff. Tenkagoken would be for, which is probably Getsu and Ka. Oh, any 2 sen. So 1 sen is your dot. 2 sen, doesn't matter which ones, is Tenkagoken, which is perfect because that your AoE rotation of Fuga, Mangetsu, Fuga, Oka gives you 2. What are they called again? Sen, 2 sen. And then Madare, Setsugeka, is 620. It's a critical hit with a potency of 620. So is it a crit? Is it 620 and then crit damage? Or is that the total potency with the crit already factored in? Damage dealt is increased when under an effect that raises critical hit rate. So like the Dragoon buff. Possibly something else I'm not remembering. Anyway, that's good to know. Higanbana is for a dot. So you can just do Hakaze, Yukikaze, dot, Hakaze, Jinpu, Gecko, Hakaze, Shifu, Kasha, and then Hakaze, Yukikaze again to do the big damage thingy. I think. That's the fastest way to get the dot. It's Hakaze, Yukikaze, but whatever. Forgive me. I know it was wrong to force that fight upon you, and yet I find I did not regret having done so, for it has reaffirmed beyond any doubt the promise I had glimpsed in you. Long did I search in my native land for a pupil, but I found none fit to be a vessel for my knowledge. The problem, I concluded, lay in my people's way of thinking, the zeal with which they uphold tradition to the detriment of all else. So it was that I set forth for a new land, this Air's ear. H-E-I-R''S, Sam, ear, Air's ear. I placed myself in the midst of your most able swordsmen, offering myself up as a spectacle in hopes of finding a worthy soul. And find her I did, in you. Now I realize how all this may appear. To you I could be but a strange old fool spouting nonsense, but I am well past caring about appearances. I speak with all earnesty when I say there is none other into whom I would pour my knowledge, and so I ask you, will you consent to being my pupil? Ah, words cannot well express my joy. From this moment on, we are master and student. Now then, I would know your name. By what are you called? I let him know. Mercy, 'tis a fine name. Without further ado, Mercy, we shall commence your training. Pray join me at the nearby tavern, the Slick Hand. Oh, the quicksand? Air's ear. So, okay, what does that actually mean? Air's ear. Because he said, we're going to the quicksand. He called it Hare's Hand? Oh, by the way, what was said while I was fighting Musosai and then the Brute and his cronies? Now then, let us see how well you wield the katana. Come at me with all your might. There's no need to hold back. Yes, let your blade steep in strength ere you unleash it. The stone harbors the techniques of the samurai. You must draw them forth. That will do. Victory is yours, young one. Barold, the last standing, says, feather her, the so-called pupil. Like, to have the archer shoot me. Bloody hopeless, the lot of you. Let's see how your puny sword fares against an axe or two. Bah, if you want something done right. No one beats me in my Coliseum, no one. Oh, Barold joins his own fight, finally. Student, samurai versus grizzled gladiator. Who will prevail in this clash between good and ugly? Sod this. I'm gonna make you hurt, old man. And then, yeah. Cool. And we're caught up. Air's ear. Is Eorzea? Wait. No, Eorzea's the... Hold on. Isn't Eorzea the world? Not just like the continent of Eorzea? It's the world. Isn't it the world? Air's ear. Well, not Ulda. Like quicksand sounds a lot like whatever he said with the something hand or whatever. Here's Musosai near the innkeeper. Innkeep, whatever. Cutscene talking to him to finish the quest. I shall begin at the very beginning. In the distant past, Hingashi underwent a period of strife, during which numerous opposing factions vied for supremacy, the Age of Blood. In this age, full many took to battle with katana in hand, and in the crucible of war our art was forged, the way of the samurai. Eventually the realm was unified under one banner, and peace reigned once more. The people set aside their katana, save for we samurai, who continued to wield it as a symbol of authority. So, wield it as symbol of authority, not a symbol. And with that authority comes a grave responsibility, protecting the peace. To ensure that the Age of Blood is never repeated, we samurai seek out the wicked and bring them to account. In so doing, we ward off chaos and preserve order in the realm. Such is our calling. Hingashi, or Air's ear, it matters not where we are. The fuck, yeah, again. This calling guides us always. To that end, we shall journey the land, you and I, on a quest to right wrongs. And as one who has grasped the foundations of our art, it is your surest path to mastery. Our efforts begin in this very city. I shall cast about for evil that has taken root here, and then we may proceed to excise it. Up comes the showmaster. Well now, that certainly got exciting quick, but with some even quicker thinking, I managed to set up a wager and turn a tidy profit. Momozigo, I owe you a debt of gratitude. Thanks to you, I have found my pupil at long last. I pray that you will live comfortably with your winnings. Actually, I don't mind to join you. Wherever you go, I sense that coin will follow. And besides, it seems you're planning to root out evil in our fair city. If so, you do well to have me along. With my connections, I can procure the information you're like to need. Then there's a small matter of your complete and utter lack of knowledge of Eorzea. There is that, indeed. Had fate not seen fit to unite us, I never would have found my way here from Fester Bay. It's not Fester Bay. Vester. It's like Vester. And I wouldn't be standing here breathing. If anyone knows anything, it's me. You saved me from those cutthroat bandits who, when I tried recruiting them for the Coliseum, terribly reckless in hindsight. As for you, my friend, to be marked out by old Musosai himself, you must be made of uncommon stuff indeed. Not to put the pressure on, but I have the highest hopes for you. I'm just gonna grab this. I could grab something with the fight, with the oath, but I don't care. I'm just gonna grab this. Thumbnail. And here we are then. I shall undertake my search with Momozigo's help. Until such time as there are developments, pray continue honing your newfound skills. I give him a nod. 46,800 experience points, this time coming on to Samurai, and 1502 Gil. Yeah. It's only my third video and my voice is unhappy. But when I do voices like this, it's kind of what happens. Ote. You know. I could put Third Eye. There's only a 15-second cooldown for a 10% damage reduction. Oh, by the next attack. So, Third Eye in Final Fantasy XI, at the very beginning, when you first get it, it completely negates the next physical attack you receive. I don't think it worked on magic. I could be wrong. Later on, Samurai got two warring buffs, kind of like Warrior had, where Warrior had Berserker or Defender, or Berserk or Defender. Berserker or whatever. Then those would cancel each other out. And so Samurai got this later on. I don't remember, like 60 or whatever level it was. It could be a little earlier. I don't remember. Where they could be in defense mode, which means that their Third Eye could absorb more than one hit. So like each time it absorbed a hit, it had some percentage chance to remain active and absorb the next hit. And this could theoretically happen a certain number of times in a row, but there was some percentage to it. I would very much assume. I don't think it was guaranteed to absorb at least 2. It could still be 1, but and then Third Eye I think was like a minute cooldown. But yeah. And then the other option was to have your attacks do more damage if you are behind the target. I think was the other buff, and like you can only have one or the other. So you could either be kind of tanky if you needed to be, and it helped out occasionally to be able to do that, or you could be more damagey. But anywho, Musosai, Momo's ego. Actually, I'm gonna sit between them here. Musosai, my new master. Momo's ego, who's almost out, like, the serpent hatchling is about 2/3 of his height. And my serpent hatchling, we say farewell for now. Hope you enjoyed. Stay in the frame. And bye-bye for now.